A lot of people seem to tell me they actually enjoy my workshop stuff. So I thought I'd give this a go. It might become a regular thing, it might not. Obviously, some of you guys might know me for my RA28. I don't think a lot of you would have seen this car because I haven't posted much of it. I've been slacking quite a bit. But my RA28, obviously, at one point in time, had a K24 turbo in it. That was unreal, absolutely ripper. I kept blowing up engines, decided to make it a more fun car. So now it's back on throttle bodies, which drives like a Corolla should, so I'm actually enjoying it a lot more, but unfortunately it's not competitive. It currently has no engine in it because we'll get to that in another video. But this is my 1978 Celica. It sat in a garage since 1995 until the day I rescued it, which is roughly about a year ago now. It was going to be a basic road car with a cage so I can do the odd drift day, as we all fall into. You know, it's now basically a race car. I need to make a few decisions on it, so maybe you guys can give your input. Someone might say something and I might go, why didn't I think of that? I'll give you a tour of it, show you what's up to date on. As far as I'm aware, there's only 2 of these that have ever actually been used as a drift car. There was one in D1 GP years ago, and a bit more of a popular one was Huxley Motorsport many, many years ago in BDC when that was a thing. Had a really nice one. And again, there's not many of them. It's a car I've always really liked. With no championship, I didn't see the point in building a pro car, so I thought I'll build a nice road car that I can go and drift, and I might as well accept it. It's basically going to be a pro car now. It's just going to be a very hard to drive and annoying pro car, but that's me. I like to do things unique and different, so here we are. S13 front subframe I've modified to make fit. S13 column. These arches were made by a guy in Thailand. If I remember his name, I'll put it in. Unbelievable work. I genuinely couldn't believe at the quality for the price of them. So the cage was done by a good friend of mine, Ian Waddington, or some of you may know him as Wand Wizard. There's a few extra bars to be added in, but he couldn't do them at the time because I hadn't finished the 4-links. I am not a fabricator. I'm learning as you go. In my opinion, the best way to learn anything is just get involved and get on with it. So I've done the full tunnel in this car, same in my A86, the seat rails and the 4-links. I'm quite excited to see how these 4-links perform because, again, this is a different shell to my 86, but I love the way that car drives. So geometry-wise, I have actually copied the 4-link setup exactly the same as this. This car's slightly longer, so it should be a bit easier. I'm hoping it's a somewhat competitive car, but still has that unique vibe about it. Still has that retro look. So I'm hoping it ticks all the boxes, and I'm quite excited to see it done. Unfortunately, I tend to run out of time and don't actually work on it as much as what I should, but we'll try and make a difference with her. Yeah, so Ian needs to finish off the cage for me. Again, he's just a good friend of mine, so he does it as and when he can. I'm really appreciative of everyone that helps me out on my cars, and you know, I try and give back to everyone as much as I can. Talking about the spare wheel well was rotten. I wanted to change the fuel setup. Obviously, it's from the 70s. It's not modern days. Radium is such a good product. Something you put it in the car once, you forget about it. It's what we use on all of the SB Motorsport cars. I cannot say about how much it's worth the money, just for the peace of mind. And not only that, it's a really nice looking product. So when people look in your car, it looks nice. Bit of a snobby thing to say, but it is. I absolutely love these. Obviously, I'm going to put one in here as well. The only thing I'm not decided on, which you guys might be able to help with me, is currently I was planning on, when it was going to be a road car, but I fell down the trap, I was going to repanel all this floor. So it was going to be a nice flat floor with the radium in the middle, sunk into the floor and level. But it's escalated. I'm now building an engine. I've got a very fancy gearbox that I never thought I would own, and I'm very excited to try. And it's going that way. So the question is, and I don't know if some of you see my driving style, I tend to be all or nothing, and I tend to delete this part of the car because I like to find the limits of the track. That's where it's fun. And at the end of the day, I'm still learning. My driving experience is very limited. I've got a lot more experience working on the cars, which comes in handy when you make mistakes. So the question is, what do I do with the boot floor? And also, what do I do with the rear of the car? Do I look into do some sort of composite or something? Some sort of fiberglass clam rear end? So I can drive very hard and not worry about it. The only issue with this car is there's not many of them. So if I bend the rear end, I need to know a good bodywork guy, or have some sort of plan B set up. So on the driver's side, obviously I've got a nice seat mount. I've tried to use an old handbrake setup that I had here at work. I'm just trying to repurpose them to save myself money because, you know, as we all know, building these drift cars gets expensive. I've tried to integrate it this time, so actually the handbrake setup is part of the car to try and put it in a nicer position. We'll see how it goes. It's just an S13 pedal for a minute. I might not go and drive by wire, so this might change. Factory brake pedal, I've just put a Willwoods pedal face on it, and then the Clutch master is actually internal to give myself a little bit more room for the engine. This is all a lovely plate setup that was drawn by myself, and then Waterjet profilers have cut it for me and made life easier. I mean, that update on the car. Obviously I've got the RA28 and there's some very big and exciting things coming with that, which I'm very proud and, well, excited to happen. Obviously I'll be driving that car at the LZ World Tour. So stay tuned for that. You guys just let me know what you think, whether we should make this a regular thing, whether you want to see build vlogs, whether you want to see action at the track. Just let me know. It's not something I tend to do on my own. It's obviously something I tend to do through work, but again, I'm more turning spanners than I am on camera. So let me know what you think. At the end of the day, we're just trial and error. Maybe we'll make it a regular thing. See you guys.